in association with Jacobs to Sherwin Campbell, but came unstuck off the first ball of the match in Taupo. They look to a player like him to bat for a long period of time. He's got an edge. Yes, he has. Out, second ball of the game this time. He's looking back at the umpire, but there wasn't much doubt about it. Campbell goes.
Well, first ball in Taupo, second ball here in the bay. Now that's a beauty. He's had played towards that, and the carry has been nice to Perori. So Campbell's been dismissed for naught again, and the West Indies 1 for 1. There's one leg.
Jimmy Adams out in the first over, as he was in Taupo the other day, because of the early dismissal of Sherwin Campbell. Another major blow struck by Chris Cairns. Just runs off the bat. Adams just goes forward a square. He's on his way. Another catch for Perori. Jimmy Adams goes.
Well, we heard Martin Crowe talking about Adam Perori. He has to calm down and catch. This is a good start for the man, because this is an inside edge, and he's had to go back to his right. Not easy to do that. Tumbling away. He'll be pleased.
Big wicket for New Zealand. Jimmy Adams for 2, and it's 6 for 2. Shivnarine Chanderpaul coming out of just the 4th over. Oh, dear me. The game and the situation it is, they would not want to run out at this stage, and guess who came chasing in? None other than Chris Harris.
Well, Jacobs has got a single the last couple of balls he's faced, and here he's just pushed it really, and Chanderpaul at real stretch there. I think that was probably out if that had struck. I think you'll find that Chanderpaul would, yes, look, he wasn't even in the frame.
Very close indeed. He's given him, and Cairns has done it again. The West Indies are reeling here in Napier. Jacobs playing across the line. He's not too happy, but I think he'll find this is very, very close. Chris Cairns hasn't got many on line, but this one definitely is. It's pitched on middle, just straightened a little to hit middle. Jacobs has gone across the line, and the West Indies are in deep trouble, 15 for 3. Brian Charles Lara, 42.77, the average strike rate. Shot. It was a slower ball from Nash, but it was equally well played by Chanderpaul. Good shot, the back foot. They look for 3 here, and they should get them. Some momentum coming here for the West Indies at the right time. There's a good look. Harris can't stop this one. It's beautifully timed. He'll haul it in. But this is a good over for the West Indies. Footwork is the key, or lack of. Cairns has gone round the wicket, he's changed the angle, and Chanderpaul has played inside one. It's taken off stump. It's great bowling again, but it's a woeful footwork, shuffling, not even the feel to get bat on it. Wonderful stuff for Chris Cairns. He picks up number 3. Chanderpaul has gone 33 for 4. Ricardo Powell joins as captain at a time of crisis for the West Indies. That's a boundary. They need those, the West Indies. They need Brian Lara. And he's coming to the party. Down the ground. Just far enough. Nash had to twist turn. He almost lost his thing, and that may have saved Lara. Carry him by that much. Lara's already started to make a big statement here. Now that Fleming is down, he's going after the bowling, and he's going to make some big risks in doing it. He might get himself in the process.
And he's got a thick edge here, and he'll pick up 4 runs. Well, streaky shot off Styrus.
Yeah.
Lara back, cutting. We'll get this through. This will be a close contest, but one that the ball wins.
Up for the West Indies. Class shot from a class player. Just rocking back on his stumps and back cutting it. Ball running away for 4.
Tory to continue. And Powell into his work. Wondered how long it would take, and it's taken about an over. Goes this time. Man underneath to Astle, and Astle does it again. He's got a safe pair of hands, Nathan Astle, and Chris Harris on his first over. What a breakthrough.
Well, we read it. Very, very poor option from Ricardo Powell. Chris Harris generating good pressure in his first spell. It's a half shot. It's a shot. He did throw his hands through the ball. Very comfortable catch down to Nathan Astle. Disappointing batting given the circumstances. Ricardo Powell's on his way for 11. West Indies are 62 for 5.
And then the batsman changed ends.
And he's underway. Might even consider a second. He's made the decision. He'll have to go. And it. Well, they seem very keen, the New Zealanders. Very keen indeed.
I thought it was a bit belated from Craig Spearman behind the wicket in particular. There's, I think, a little contact between bat and pad at some point. Came in a bit late. Catch it!
They've got him. Harris has done it again. And Lara is gone.
Well, it's a reasonable ovation here at McLean Park because Harris has done it yet again, and he's jubilant, but the crowd sense that this could be it because this is the end of Lara, looking to hit down the ground. We talk about driving on this pitch and keeping it on the deck, and even the best of them can't do it. Harris takes yet another caught and bowled. The West Indies are 70 for 6.
West Indies in a desperate position at McLean Park at Napier. Nehemiah Perry, who's not in the team for batting, is out to replace his captain Brian Lara. This is through, and it should have enough on it. Perry comes up with a rare boundary. Beautifully played through the covers. Nobody out sweeping. And Hines takes a boundary. Goes backside this time. And has 2 scrambling. And between the 2 of them, they did well.
A bit of momentum here for the West Indies. Courtesy of Wavell Hines. Boundary through the offside. And they're just having a little look at this one. They don't need to buy the Roger Twos. It's quite clever, actually. Intentionally throws that up to Dion Nash. It's a very good piece of work.
Hines decides to go down the ground. He'll get away with it. 4 runs.
Pretty good option. He's gone straight over the bowler's head. He's not really taking on the man in the deep. Chris Cairns
trying to track it down. It's a very vacant part of the field. Slightly with the turn as well, by Hines.
And Hines has gone. This might be one too many. It is. Harris is underneath it.
Chris Harris is enjoying himself. 144th game for New Zealand. He's picking up the old traditional Courton bowls. That's a shocker from Hines. Good stroke against Victoria in the last over because he went with the spin. Here he goes across the line. Simple catch. Hines gone for 18. The West Indies 97 for 7.
Merv Dillon is the new batsman.
Oh, good work, eh?
Oh, he's superb. Absolutely superb off his own bowling and generally as well.
I think when that ball went up from Hines, he cleared everyone out. He said, "This is mine." And he loves to take those Courton bowls.
Oh, that's an excellent delivery from the Tory. And that's beaten everyone.
Well, it came off the outside edge, and one wonders why either Perori, maybe not Perori, but certainly Spearman made no attempt with his left hand to try and pull that in, take the catch. Styris did well, just checking, but there's no problem there with the flick back.
It's probably actually created quite a bit of pressure for Harris at the other end. Harris has cashed in on that. Although he may not have taken any wickets, I think Chris Harris can attribute a couple of those wickets to the bowling of Daniel Tory. Oh, fine chance. This will run away for a boundary. Plenty of action off Victoria in the slip region.
Well, it has went to the left of Spearman. This one goes to the right. He was late responding. It was a splash after it went quickly. There's a couple. They should try and get through to 150, 160. Yeah. Sends two messages. One to the New Zealanders that they're going to try and fight their way out of this and give their bowlers something to bowl at. Sends a message to those batsmen who've let down at the top of the order too.
Oh, nice.
That length again from Astle, but yes, look, this is the time really. You can see Terry here just struggling a bit with the length and closing the base. Runs from over the West Indies, 126 for 7.
There's a mistake, maybe. First one for a while. Reon takes the catch. And Dillon goes. Askaya. And the crowd celebrate. Should also applaud, I think, a pretty good partnership, which has given the West Indies, well, a quarter of it, isn't it? Give himself a bit of room. Thoughts on those as a keeper. He took it well. 145 for 8.
Marines, the new batsman, the little leg spinner, another left-hander. A wee bit of width here from Byron. A bit of reverse movement there as well, away from the left-hander.
Like that. He missile hit. He called it. Completely and utterly done here for Moran. The feet went nowhere, and it was good use of the crease. Good use of the change of angle, through the gate, and back goes the middle stump. And back goes run marine. It's 147 for 9.
And the new man in is King, Reon King.
And there it is. A well-deserved 50 for Nehemiah Perry. He's lost that one, and it's falling just short. 2 to go from Dion Nash. That's out. King is LBW off the second last ball of the innings, and the West Indies just failed to bat the 50 overs. Now dismissed for 159. Yep, no doubt about that. And umpire Doug Cowie agreed immediately. So Nash has the last wicket to 4, finishes with 2 for 11. Reon King was the man to go for 5.
Perry was the sole destroyer out there, wasn't he? 52 from 90 deliveries. Other than that, very disappointing. Last contributed 30 before he was caught and bowled by Harris. And what a performance by both Cairns at the top of the order and Harris in the middle of the West Indian order. The West Indies all out for 159 in the final over. The New Zealand bowling, it was pretty spectacular, wasn't it? Cairns 325 continues his spectacular summer, and Harris 3 for 28 tore out the heart of the West Indian batting. So the
West Indies, it'll be Dillon, he'll be opening up. Craig Spearman, that low average we've talked about, but a very high strike rate. I suppose he might like to, if anything, just exchange some of that strike rate power to raise the average just a little. Here we go. And we've started with an extra. Edge and gone. Well, Dillon just outside off stump. And Spearman, whose usually starts very well, and got an outside edge through to Jacobs. Very comfortable.
Spearman goes for Lords. New Zealand 1 for 1. Stephen Fleming has one more run than Nathan Astle in their respective careers, so it'll be an interesting battle out there amongst those two. We're trying to knock off 159, and they're in a little bit of as Dillon starts charging in again. He's already got off to a cracking start, removing Spearman with beauty. Just what they needed, the West Indies. This could just be a little classic, this game. They can remove one more or two in the next few overs. Did go away off the seam. Spearman didn't really need to play it. That will have given the West Indies just a little glimmer of hope. Makes Spearman good form too. Hasn't quite gone on to get underway today. They're going to have their work cut out for them, New Zealanders, in the opening overs. The West Indies, who only have 2 seamers, have to throw everything at it.
Well, thank you.
And with the field up, Astle knew he just had to chip it over square leg, check out the boundary. Safe shot. The great thing about this stroke from Astle is he stood there after the shot was played, straight to the ball. turned his left eye to Dylan. Gave him the full there. So good bit of confrontation there. Good hit. And put down a second slip. End of the over, 15 for 1. Well, it's one, and it's also slow, and Fleming doesn't want to play it. In fact, committed, then he almost pulls out and throws everything out. It is called wide, and sure he's done really not. Gee, does Western want that from Cam? Bowling to impressive so far. Astle. He's used the shot already once over straighter over mid-on. Well, it's a little really, isn't it? Shot. Just pushing it over mid-on. And you can see the pace of the pitch again. Better than I thought. And pretty safe. Over there, lock on it. Well, that was a bit nasty, wasn't it? Yes, even acknowledging a rather anxious smile to his, just a little leading edge and then into the chin. Nick, and put down. Ricardo Powell. Well, Dylan has a wicket, and now Reon King has found the edge of Fleming's bat. You'll see here, really, it was on him too quickly, and a look at flew. Got quite high and big on Ricardo Powell. Reon King picked up his pace over 5 kilometres here, up around 145, I'm guessing, but Fleming was beaten by the stroke, and a real fly to Ricardo. Now, Fleming given almost 4 chances in the short stage. One at second slip, one sort of point. It's a genuine chance. Needed to be held to spare Ricardo Powell, who hasn't had one of his days. Got to be sick. And this is better. Stroke. Fleming was looking for a moment to go. End of the over, 27. Back that allowed the ball to come to him. He didn't go searching for it. His eyes hit it into the ground. He had a good back to play a nice shot indeed. So here's the cow. Well, they're disappointed here. By Doug down. So the initial impression was hit the pad. First, looks like it just brushed Stephen Fleming's back pad. Well, different look from behind. Keep your mind up. That's an outstanding shot. This is vintage. Anything wide and full on this land. Stephen Astle is always going to go up. He hit that extremely well through extra cover. There's no invitation there. Good shot, 4 runs.
That was a quick delivery. So it wouldn't be caught. Umpire ruling that it was above the required height, but it certainly shook Fleming up, the pace of it as well.
Certainly an intimidating delivery. Again, and good line. That was the key. Stephen Fleming committed to playing it. Well, Jacobs. More luck for the New Zealand captain.
He does work away nicely, Fleming. Straight to Stephen Fleming, delightful shot. Picked it up and with timing sends it to the fence. New Zealand's 50 is up at the end of 11 overs. Timing from Astle. Anything that's up there, he'll go for it.
Yes, and it was up there. Astle, minimal foot movement really. His big bat flowed right through the line there. Good follow through. Great contact. Strong shot from Nathan Astle.
Fourth boundary for Astle. 3 to Fleming. New Zealand have already hit 7. West Indies only hit 8 in their entire innings. The old Scotsman's grandstand, huh? Very popular. It's found the gap again. Lara can give it a miss. Another boundary for Astle, and New Zealand are charging.
Betting that Nathan was waiting for this. The previous ball had been fuller, and he's hit King down the ground for 4. The response from King was to drop a bit shorter, but the width was there. And that's classic Nathan Astle, 4 to point. He doesn't make too many of those.
9 the over so far. So the experiment of turning King to the other end hasn't worked so far. Astle fends it off, and this will be fine for the third man. Another boundary, the third over. 13 runs on Chris over, the 61.
He played the last that over. Good over. Good shot from Nathan Astle. He's picked it up. Did it with his help. Down to third man. Good controlled shot for 4. Gone through. So the restrictions are off for West Indies, but Reon King has no option to come on. Because he needs wickets, he has to create a circle. It's just a little too wide. Elaborate 2 minutes with time to the left-hander. A chance there for Ridley Jacobs, and that's gone down the fence for 4 by. Fleming continues to live. White nickname Felix up towards 9 eyes.
And this is why Perry's in the side to create chances like this. Does everything right. Front foot, not much bounce. Jacobs, he's really by the bounce. Too low. Oh, that's dreadfully low.
a signal at all for that one. Beautiful shot. No doubt about what that came off. The middle of Nathan Astle's bat. Another big over for the New Zealanders, sees them at 88 for 1.
Going strong through the offside, Nathan Astle rocking back, cutting, using the pace of the ball. So strong and follows through hard. Very strong outside the offside, Nathan Astle. Got a ball straight to him. Takes the score up to 42. Fleming over the top and through for 4. He just knew there was a gap out there, Stephen Fleming. Waiting for the ball that gave himself a bit of room outside the off stump. A clean hit. Waited for the wind outside off stump. One knee. No man out. That's 4.
Shot. Beautiful shot from Nathan Astle. Just a little bit of width, and that's what New Zealand bring up their 100.
This couple of times tonight, Nathan Astle. Too strong, and Lara has the build up. He's always going to get through you. That's going to be very interesting, isn't it, if people turn up with food and they're not allowed it in the new stadium? What's the story there? You get it taken off you?
Well, that's the idea of the hour-and-a-half late start, because it gives you an hour and a half to eat your lunch. Nathan Astle will be eating something. He's going to fall up at 50. Here's a chance. High in the air. And will be taken. Yes, it is. Chanderpool. Nathan Astle trying to look all over mid-wicket. Gone.
Looking to go Nathan Astle. Just threw a shot too early. Went away in the air. Took a very comfortable catch. Reverse come stop. That's well taken. Perry picks up wicket. That of Astle. He's gone 50. New Zealand 106.
A chat there from Stephen Fleming to the new batsman Roger Toos, just to say plenty of time. We can win this one with sensible cricket. That's his record, 35.19. Player Roger Toos making one-day cricket of the game. 106 for 2 now after 21, and the wicket there of Nathan Astle at last over from Maya Perry to hoist the ball, I think, anyway. Down top edge, high in the air, and Chanderpool underneath it. Eyes fully focused, took a good catch. Reon King has 6 overs left. Sorry, he's got 6, he's got 4 left, 24 deliveries, so we'll give it a go, I'm sure. And 2 slips. What Toos makes of it. Yeah, got him. The plan worked. Absolutely. It's a 10 1, and Jimmy Adams was spot on.
Almost as if first ball, shot, one step there. Perfect. Only a breakthrough. He's deserved to look at Roger 2. And New Zealand 106 for 3.
Chris Harris, 106 for 3. Just a glimmer of hope here for the West Indies. Get them quickly, maybe Stephen Fleming. Some batsmen haven't batted. 8.48 strike by 15 50s, 2 centuries, and playing great cricket at the moment. slip stay? Will it be the same plan here from King?
Saying, well, Roger, you'll need your help. I'll bring him back on. Reon back. First ball. He hit it straight to short leg. Jubilation to me.
Just noodles it away. That's off. Rather like father used to get off, actually. Very similar to this. Just opening the face. No spin, of course, that's why it's safe.
Yes, good shot. He stood tall, through the stunning stroke hands.
Well, this one is just dragged down a little bit by King. And enough. See the power there, the big backlift, moving back, finds the gap.
It's going down. Maybe.
Instinctive one. Let's just see where it pitches and where it was going. It's bowled from quite wide out. I almost have to say it was almost going down. It's the end of the over. 1-1-4-4. Well, New Zealand require 46. And there's a new man at the crease, Craig McMillan, subject of a bit of discussion at the moment about where he should bat. And the reason, of course, he's at the batting crease is because of this dismissal here. Now, slow this down. You can see this is, well, it's not almost going down. No, that's hit him on the front pad, I think. Particularly as he opens up, and it hits the front as he squares up a little bit, and I just think the angle of delivery there, you can see it's about mid-crease, pitching short, angling away. Well, that's not almost, that's definitely. Wavell Hines, the bowler. Mediums. And a 50 for Stephen Fleming.
Consecutive 50s for the New Zealand captain. His 19th 50 to go with 300s. Good performance. He struggled early on. He had a number of chances down the slips. Possible caught behind. But rode his luck beautifully, and been a nice solid innings from him after that early start. 50 from 74 balls. Good stroke by McMillan. Picking it off his hips with precision. Lovely stroke. That's magnificent. It's also brilliant fielding. Reon King has been outstanding in everything he's done.
Well, this is a lovely shot, isn't it? Aesthetically pleasing as well. Look, diving away to his left, but stopping the ball with his right hand. Reon King. This is quite athletic. And he's gone. Bowled. McMillan out. McMillan gone. New Zealand 1-2, 6 for 5.
Change of ball, not quite as big as Reon King. Really just a half volley, chip back. But a good catch, really good catch. Right hand outstretched and straight in. McMillan goes straight into the pavilion, 6 to his name. 126 for 5. Harry's in, Chris Harris. Excellent average batting down at 7, 31.37. Of course, aided by a number of not outs through his career, where he's carried back through the last part of the over innings. Too early on the shot, the hands got away, the bat lifted. It was always going in the air. Good bowling off his own ball. Oh, that's close, but it's going to get run away. Dealing with it slightly. Lucky boundary. Well played, Harris.
Well, that was a strange old shot. Chris Harris, I think he dragged that onto the helmet.
A grin from Chris Harris, put everything into this one. It came back for foot mark. And he would have wondered a while where that one came from. Hits it down into a foot mark, back off there up into the visor. And even then, he's still looking for a quick single. Focused, immediately turned.
This is in the air. It'll be the end of Chris Harris. The West Indies have grabbed it. The base of Reon King that has done it. And hold the phone, it's not over yet.
We only had one over there, Reon King. And this is the quickest delivery of the night. Quick, straight. Chris Harris could only turn around and see it go into Jimmy Adams' hands. He takes his second catch at short leg. Chris Harris is out for 10. New Zealand 142 for 6.
Experience as Adam Prairie comes in. New Zealand still 18 runs away. Well played by Fleming. All the way. Players in close, so there are gaps further out. And Fleming works it away for 2. Now 10 runs. 150 comes up. There he goes, he's after him. And that's 4 runs, cleanly struck. Here he comes again. That's a lovely straight hit once more. 2 consecutive boundaries for Adam Prairie. And the scores are level. And there's the run for Stephen Fleming and for New Zealand. A 4-wicket victory and a slice of history, as for the first time New Zealand have beaten the West Indies in a one-day series.
It got a little uncomfortable for the New Zealanders towards the end, didn't it? But in the end, they won by more than 12 overs, with Stephen Fleming really playing a captain's knock. His 66 not out was the key to the success, but also was that century stand for the second wicket with Nathan Astle with his 50 off 63. Prairie hit a couple of great boundaries towards the end. The West Indian bowling, well,